So, good morning, campers. Today we're gonna see atmosphere and climate. This is topic 11 from our study program. So, yeah, for starters, we have the atmosphere layers. And I know I'm sorry it's kind of noisy, but let's just start with this. So, the atmosphere layers are the gases component in it, and they become like this. So, so if we first start from the Earth's crust, we get the troposphere. The troposphere is the inferior layer of the atmosphere and it's the tiniest too. So it has 75% of gases and it's about 7 miles above sea level. As, as you can see in the image, it marks 15 kilometers. So it's so about the miles. Then we get the stratosphere, which is 50 kilometers. I don't know if you want to call it thick or high. So the stratosphere protects us against the UV rays. As you can see, the rays don't pass that. Next, we have the mesosphere, which absorbs the O3 and the ultraviolet rays. This one is about 80 kilometers thick. Then, we got the thermosphere, which absorbs the O2 and the wavelength of the UV rays. So as you can see, we have these layers that stop the sun or the UV rays from burning us or damaging our skin. This one's about 160 kilometers. Okay, so the last of these layers absorbs the short wavelength ultraviolet rays or UVs. Okay, to the next thing, we get the physical properties of the atmosphere. Okay, we're gonna talk about latitude, longitude, and seasons. Okay, first one, we got the latitude and the longitude. This is a globe, and in the globe we have lines of latitude, which are marked horizontally, and the lines of longitude, which are marked vertically, if you see in the image. Okay, we have a more illustrated image in here. We get the equator, which is at the middle of the earth. We get the degrees that we have, and the prime meridian. Okay, as usual, the latitude and longitude are marked. Okay, up to the next thing. Okay, the seasons. As you know, we have 4 seasons. We had winter, which is the first one, the gray one. Then we have spring. Then that's the season in which we are now. Okay, when everything blooms. And then we have summer. Everything really hot in Laredo, actually. Okay, and then we have the autumn. In autumn, well, everything falls, as you know. Okay, these seasons have a reason, and it's about the rotation of the Earth. Well, it has to do with rotation and translation, both of them. So, as you can see, everything is related with the atmosphere, because it affects in how the UV rays are going to touch us, and it affects with the translation, rotation, movements of the Earth. Latitude and longitude. Everything's going to come up to form these seasons. Okay, right up next we have the climate. There's a thing. People get confused between climate and weather. Okay, first off, climate is when like in these images, climate is like a part of a continent that has certain type of weather, and that weather has been like continuous over the years. It could be like 100 years and the weather is always going to be arid or really warm. As you can see in here, the uppermost part of the continent, meaning Mexico, United States, Canada, it's divided like this: subarctic, arctic climate, very cold climate, cold, mixed and humid, mixed and dry, hot and dry, hot and humid. I think we're in the category of hot and dry. Okay, as you can see in the chart below, it says temperature and it goes about the months. Okay, that's talking about the climate. Okay, climate stays like the same, like a base throughout the whole year, and it has little ups and downs, but it's pretty much the same. Okay, the weather, on the other hand, it can change from day to day, meaning today is gonna be rainy, like in the image, or maybe really sunny and dry, windy, or even with snow. So that's pretty much the difference between weather and climate. Okay, next thing, the atmospheric temperatures. Well, in this part, just a statement that we have two scales, which is Celsius and Fahrenheit, and that's how we measure our temperature. Okay, now, finally but not least, we get the references from which you can research more, and see you next day, next week. I don't know, maybe just tomorrow. So, have a good day, and be good campers. Bye.